All right, all right, all right. Welcome everybody to this show. How we all doing today? Hopefully well. Apologize for being a little bit tardy. I was with some customers and here we are now. So as you can see, it looks rather nice here in Silver City today. We got some thunderstorms hopefully going to be passing through. Bright sun, or heavy clouds. Either way, that's what's happening here in Silver City. Let's thank my patrons, TC Hollingsworth, Sandra Scala, Marilyn Whalen, Junior Sim Racing, and then Jennifer Hudson Gorman and Boomer League are also in there on my free Patreon page. So go over there. I do some live streams. You don't have to give me any money, but it's just something that is a little bit extra. All right, so let's get to the show, shall we? Hello, my name is Shane, and this is my art. In the heart of Silver City, New Mexico, where art comes to life. Discover the beauty of creativity with my stunning collection of prints. Here at Dalton Gallery, I believe art should be accessible to everyone. That's why I'm excited to introduce my exclusive collection, made here in America. With just a few taps on your phone, you can own a piece of art that speaks to you. Check us out at shanedaltongallery.com or click the banner below and take home some unique art today. All right, all right, all right, and we're back. Hello, everybody. How you all doing today? Hopefully well. Yeah, welcome to the show. Today, as you can see, we all zoomed in here. Let's get this camera automatic. There we go. That way it moves around with me when I move. When I move, it moves. We can zoom out and kind of get a grasp of what we're doing here. This is the painting. We worked on a little bit last week just in this little area here, which, you know what, we're probably going to be right through here anyway. So let's turn the camera a little bit so I can center it out. Telephoto in. This way you guys really get to see what I did last week. So yeah, all that line work there, that is what we applied. We're just going to do this pretty much all over the place and create some sort of brightness, something, you know? Oh, it's such a good camera, isn't it? It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And let's get to some clouds, shall we? And it goes on and on and on. Do you know? Life. No matter what, it goes on and on and on. R.I.P. Oliver Tree. All right, this paint has to dry a little more. It's a real messy situation down here. Just trying to pull the skin out without making too much of a mess. Maybe just enough of a mess. You know? There we go. Perfect. Oh, shoot. Just threw it on the ground. That is not what I was interested in doing. I need to wash my hands. Pardon me. Let me know what you're doing today. It's a beautiful Thursday, hopefully, where you all are. Wow, it's not wet paint. It's like mucky. Kind of dry. Didn't just wash off, had to get rid of it. Yeah, so Thursday, hopefully y'all are having a great week. I do these midweek shows for people who, sometimes Thursday is their day off and they want to show up live. I also do this on Saturdays for everybody who works on Thursdays, you know? All right, there we go. We got this. Yep, we got some white. We got whatever that is. I'm pretty sure I could just add some little water in there and I'll be good to go. If you're here in the future, just put your video speed on 2 times speed or whatever and rush through it. There really is no rushing through it. Okay, so that's pretty much toast, which kind of sucks. Might be usable though. Let's see. Just gonna pull some white out. There we go. It's got this cool color I made. And let's see. Not even. Nice. What is this guy doing? Follow all the imperfections. And it should all work out just fine.
At Travis4662 said, "Yes, sir. How are you doing today?"
Aloha, Travis. Doing well, thank you. Welcome. How are you? Just a beautiful day here in Silver City. Hopefully we're going to see some thunderstorms. So if my internet does cut out, that's probably the reason. Someone crashes into something or some lightning pops into something. Anyway, the little painting I've been working on. Here, we'll zoom out to give you the whole idea. Boom. You can see. And we're just all up in right here. And we zoom back in. So last week, we just did this up here, this little area. That was the whole show. Kind of just giving my other paintings a break, you know? And it goes on and on and on.
At Travis4662 said, "Intense."
Yeah. Kind of opening up my mind with this cloud painting so I don't have to kind of ruin my other paintings. Pretty sure I would do that at the moment. So And I was thinking of a client here in town where if perhaps this could be at the end of the hallway, if it has a really long and wide amount of squiggles and just like it really is something intense, I'm thinking, you know, boom, you walk, yeah. I went to look at their house and I asked them what they were interested in. I was like, well, I have all these like different landscapes. They said, nah, I see landscapes out my window, you know. These are the paintings that we see just in real life. And I was like, oh. So he gave me the challenge to approach it and say, he just said, you know, take as long as you want, 1, 2, 3 years, but just paint us a painting. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's the way to do it. And
At Travis 4662 said,
this could be one of the
sell
options.
any paintings recently?
Any paintings sold? No. Really haven't had a lot of people in the store. A lot of prints have sold. As a matter of fact, I have 5 prints. So I'm going to move that for a customer right here. And that was a very large purchase. So super stoked. Very kind of him to support what I'm doing. 5 large prints. So yeah, I got them all wrapped up and I'm going to be mailing them off tomorrow. Just wrapped them up today. Which then let me afford to do order a bunch more prints, yeah? So, I'm sorry, I'm not only waving at you, but I'm affecting the robot camera. So it also moves. And I can get in your way. This is when I need another camera on this side to bounce through. So no one misses a beat. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to finding the light in this painting. So I really feel that I'm going to be affecting it. There's a lot of clouds. So I have a chance to make a lot of bright colors. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to intermingling like some of these. Here, I'm going to do it right now with some of those up here. That's how it all works. I hope everything is doing well with you, bud. This way, everything will just start to blend and real, just, ooh, it's going to look good. I have a lot of faith and a lot of squiggly lines, you know? I mean, same color, just dark over here, light over here. It's beautiful how this all works. Because, you know, it goes on and on and on. him, a him, a him.
at Travis 4662 said, "Cool on selling the print and being asked to make a special painting for a local customer. That's awesome. Also, do you always color coordinate with your paintings and your clothes?"
Also, do you always color coordinate with your paintings and your clothes? It's okay, so this is weird. It seems like I can just say yes. I don't purposefully do it. I must do it at a subconscious level, but let me tell you, back in the 90s when I had a painting company in Tucson, Arizona, me and my business partner would be wearing the colors. If they didn't want them, we're selling them somehow. It's like we just absorbed this thing and then went to the job. It was such a weird thing. I take note of it even now when you take note of it and you're like, oh, he's wearing the exact same thing he's painting. So yeah. Also, to top that one, I paint things that are going on outside. So during the year, okay, so if I used to do a lot of murals and stuff, and a lot of clouds were my specialty, literally. So if it were summertime, they'd kind of want that. Even they'd be in agreement of what I was doing. I was literally just bringing the outside Tucson inside. If it was October, there's more wispy, longer clouds. You know, it's the best month for clouds, by the way. Not maybe in Tucson, but it's the best, just beautiful wispies. So then they'd get those. It would just seem like I'd be a lazy painter in a way. This is weird, 100%. But all my shirts are kind of blue. I could have worn my gray shirt, which would have been this color. So I either have those two. It's my uniform now, sir. I'm actually dedicating clothing to this channel. As silly as it sounds, that just, Bob Ross, just always looking the same. So I kind of just adapted that into my life, and now even when I go to the dog park, this is how I dress. If it's my day of work, if it's my day off, I'm wearing Levi's and just normal stuff. But I certainly have 3 of these sets of overalls so I can keep wearing them. Weird, I know. But that's what's going on. I'll zoom back in for you. I think it's just, I don't know what the word is, but I'm just trying to create like oh, you're not going to forget. I'm literally the only one in town wearing white overalls. I get lots of compliments on my overalls, always have. Since the 90s, I would always have, what's going on there? I would have overalls. My girlfriend would always put patches on them, all over them. So they were unique, and then there would be like one pair, and then they'd get wrecked, and then next year I'd get a new pair, So I went through many pair of overall. Look, I've adopted it. I think of Matt's off-road, and he's always wearing, it's weird when he's looking, puts his Hawaiian shirts on, That's a secondary. I think it's a good move on his part, his pre-retirement, where he starts to just, good show. One guy, this is cool. Last week I was live actually, and he was in here, so it's all on TV. It's all on the YouTube. But he literally came back here to see how I was doing on the orange painting. He drove back here. He wasn't planning to come to Silver City, but oddly enough, I was the destination on that. That's crazy to me. Another human. It's been nuts around here when it comes to support and people just looking at my art going, what the heck? So I've had the most sales I've had in any year of painting in my life. So that's great already. And we're only halfway through. And I've had some of the greatest compliments to keep this thing going. So, and I'm now part of the Red Dot, which is the local art club. What sealed the deal for me was I had a visit from a friend of mine. Him and his wife came into town, and he tells me, he's like, hey, we saw a Red Dot magazine.
At Travis
We were looking for
4662
you, and you weren't in it.
said, "That's a cool story."
And so I was like, all right, that seals the deal, because she had just come to me days prior, and I had said, listen, I don't do this kind of stuff. This is a real grassroots thing. And I kind of, was like, I'll think about it, but really wasn't planning on spending money, because I think it should be free. Yeah, I know who's going to pay for it. Anyway, so maybe a sliding scale would be nice, because not only am I a studio, I'm an art gallery, so that jumps it up a little bit, buddy. So I have to pay a little extra because of that. I'm not looking forward to it. But I got in half of the year, and I just did studio for half the year. She was definitely willing to help me out. She actually listened to my live stream and watched it. And then I approached her with I'm sorry if I said anything too much, She had reassured me I had not. But I am totally honest, and I will say the wrong thing sometimes. And then have to figure it out. But right now it's really easy. We don't have a lot to worry about with this painting. Just going to keep adding a little bit of this dark green charcoal that I made. It's very dark right now. I think I put too much. Oh, it's beautiful out there. We got some definite clouds. Definitely clouds. So I have a whole table over here of prints that I have to put mat boards together. So I brought this rack out, which this rack is pretty nice. And I have all these plastics. This is a 4x6 for my small. And I have different sizes of plastic wraps. I have different sizes of mat boards. I have some that I've already cut and that are ready to go. That stuff's expensive. But it's cool though, this is what I'm doing. I mean, I make a great sale online with prints. I buy a bunch of prints. I then buy a bunch of mats, you know, and I just got to cut them to size so that I can use them. I got to order kind of a bigger size mat board and then cut them down, because my mat board cutter that makes the mats is just small. It's not a wall hanging one. We're not there yet. Soon enough, soon enough. Someday. Like I have the space for it. I got some lofty ideas, I tell you what.
At Ukulala 1 said, I am loving this one, Shane. Enjoying listening to you and a rocking thunderstorm. You're the man, thumbs up.
Welcome. Thank you. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. You know, I like this one too because it allows me to go free. I don't have to do anything yet. It's like having a job but getting to take naps while you're at work. Hardly paying attention. And I don't mind that sometimes, you know. I'll get back to the other paintings soon enough, I'm sure. But right now I'm just, luckily, there's options with all of these paintings. I mean, somebody bought the artichoke balloon. Who would have thunk it? Not this guy. Yeah, just putting in some. That's too much paint. Thank you very much. Putting in some color. It's really going to help. Sure, this painting has depth and all that, but I left it very rudimentary for this process to happen. I didn't want to overdo it like a real painting. I think up on the top is where I kind of, that's the most distant clouds, so they are the most curated. That's a good way to put it. And all this is just beautiful work. It's a landscape of clouds. Yeah, it's a cloudscape. Different shapes, different speeds. It would be smart, I suppose, to spread my work out. Perhaps there's a time and a place for everything. And most certainly I have to have this color everywhere, but there certainly isn't enough color. Certainly, certainly, certainly. Clean brush is a happy brush. That's a big amount of paint. Let's put that right up here in front. All I got to do is find the fault and follow it. So easy. It's everywhere. And then it's just a lot easier to ruin a painting at this level. I feel bad when I destroy my good paintings. I mean, this is a good painting. It's just not there yet. This is in the Old West. I don't have too much relation to this child until she gets a little older, you know? Then we'll name him. If he can live through all the poxes and oleos, we'll give him a name later, you know? That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm cool. I can lose this right now still. It's not even that invested. But my new frame of mind is literally being able to, if I get almost all done and I ruin it, whatever that means, I could paint over it. Because it's not about the finished product ever. This is always about now. And I hope you all are having a great now moment. It's a lot of hard work sometimes. Sometimes it's easy. These nows. This now. So I kind of remind myself of that all the time so I can let go of all this. However, I don't want to, destroy a painting just to prove I'm cool with it. I did that. And I didn't do it to prove it. I did it because I had to. I was like, well, it's literally the last painting that looked like this. I flew too close to the sun. Quite literally. Literally. Bounce. Because it goes on and on and on. That's caught in my head. It's a fine line. Looks good. Looks lovely. Don't rub the other paint. I have a terrible habit of starting low and moving high. It's not cool. It's not cool. Bushes and whatever, man. Just, you gotta pretend. Sometimes you gotta suspend stuff. Stuff. Suspend that stuff. Also, this size is kind of a testament to that 6 foot by 9 foot painting over there that's about ready to get painted soon. Because I need to be able to see a painting of this size and be okay with it. Not only okay with it, but be just whatever, one with it, I guess. It's 4 feet by 3, I guess. So 6 by 9, 4 by 3, whatever. Thanks everyone for showing up. Clean brush is a happy brush. See how it's just a little bit brighter than the other color? Perfect. We're all water vapor. Vapor. Hello, vapor. So as we really compound this little color that is essentially up here in the front to back here, it just pulls on each other and I can see it happening live. And I'm really impressed when whatever this is does that magic. Because magic, rabbit out of the hat. Magic's cool. In a bar situation, even cooler, because, you know, close-up magic, comedy, all that kind of comes into play. But locate them all within one bar, you know? Don't be spreading your weird comedy magic all throughout public. Because it goes on and on and on. I like it. Pretty wild, eh? Wait till we even get to the whites. It's going to be nuts. Right now, we're just sticking within all the really weird gray zone. Kind of has a tint of red to it. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll mail out those set of prints. Bingo, bango, bongo. I will order a bunch of matte board. Bongo, bingo, bongo. It's very important to me to get those off the table and somewhere safe, I guess. Because, you know, just loose prints on a table, not great. Okay, let's just move. Let's just, how far over can we go? Right to here? Okay, that seems good. That's good. Just want to make sure you guys can see. Y'all can see. I will let you know as soon as it starts raining. We have some thick clouds. These clouds are outside, but we're looking at the bottom of them, and it's a mess. A friend of mine said we're looking forward to seeing some real rains this year. So, oh boy, I've yet to, when I moved into this building, there's a back door, but I'm below ground, you know, so you step down into my hallway. Anyway, it floods so wildly here that originally on the door there was a place for that you could slide a piece of wood in. So when the flood waters got so high, they wouldn't just pour down inside the hallway. And so I thought that was really cool, and I've been meaning to kind of rebuild that. However, lazy me, we're going to end up having that one floody day, and I'm not going to be there with my cool piece of wood in there, just watching the water go by. But, you know, it's a historical, and it's all that. So this town has a history of flooding. And if you don't know the history of Silver City's flooding, it took out a whole main street, and now the secondary street is the main street. So that happened a long, long time ago. Part of a 150-year flood, you know, the 100-year floods, whatever they call them. And I'm sure we're due. So we shall see. Wouldn't that be wild? So that color looks really good with the blue. And like I said before, all the colors dry darker. So this is another reason why my paintings are just so, I don't know what the word is, but I tend to go back and over them quite a bit, just like that. It adds to the whole wowness of the paintings that there's that many lines, but I guess there's a reason. And literally it's because they just keep drying darker and I can keep lightening them up and bringing a roundness to them that is really hard to get with just one swoop. So, guess I gotta. I don't know. I mean, it's impossible to get it with one swoop through. So, I have been building a frame. I built one is almost complete. You just have to glue it together and nail it, staple it, whatever. But my 1x1s came in the mail. Just a box of wood. The color's almost exact. So we'll just slide it over here a little bit. Now you can't even see what I'm doing. You just don't know how cool it is. And that's okay. So a lot of this is going to have blue coming this way. So I'm just, allowing that to be in my head so I don't do too much. Yeah. Then we're wasting our efforts. And we don't want to do that with. But I guess, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter, right? Waste, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now. It's a fine line we walk, isn't it? Oh, it's looking good. Ooh. I often have to remind myself just to cover the mistakes. And when I cover the mistakes and I'm not creating, that's when it's really working. So a very interesting path to get here, eh? Cool. See, it's just something pops. The colors are perfect. And I like perfect. Whatever that is. Nice. Cool beans. Wheel, wheel, wheel. Natural. You know? That's what I'm looking for here. You can't go wrong with following a mistake like what happens with quick muscle movement, which obviously are not mistakes, but can be fine-tuned to look, matters if you're a realist painter or if you're abstract or whatever it is, you can fine-tune those initial brush strokes, which is the blocking of the paintings. I'm fine-tuning the hell out of them, you know. But following that natural muscle movement that comes from blocking is kind of the difficulty in painting when you're trying to. Sometimes when you're painting, let me just rephrase this. Sometimes when you're painting, you do the blocking and you're like, okay, there it is. I mean, you really captured movement, wind, or whatever, facial, whatever it is. Now you have to go in and make it true, make it your style, whatever you've been working on. Luckily, this is my style. So, yeah, I don't have to, you know, do what I would normally do in a painting, which is now what? And that's why I would say, I can't really say that, but I sometimes think that a lot of artists that are like, no, my style is more like blah, you know, whatever that is, quick movement is the beginning of paintings. And they're like, oh, it'll never be better. And perhaps for them, it will never be better. See why I shouldn't have said it? But luckily, I'm not referring to anybody in particular. Some kind of mythical artist out there in the world. I was walking by a musician. Oh, the youth is funny, dude. Nothing like feeling old, nothing to make you feel old than walking by a 30-year-old version of yourself. Okay, so this here is copied to that. It's kind of blended to each other. It kind of, you can feel the rock, the swing of color. Now this one is way up here in front of us, like a tree. So whatever I do to that one is going to be a little different. Let's just keep this mauve. It's not really a mauve, but it comes off as a little bit here and there. Pretty cool. Again, just follow the mistakes. I shall not lead myself astray. And when I don't see any, just move along till you see one. Noise. Noise. Zoom out a little bit. Slide over a little bit. I think that's good. Just living in the clouds today, aren't we? Living in the clouds. That's where I spend most of my time. I mean, really. Why not? What if I took a little tiny bit of yellow? Just a little bit of yellow. It's already in the painting. I'm just bringing it with this. I'm not making it yellow. I'm just lightening up that green gray with a yellow. You know, let's see what happens. Well, what happens? Let's get it right one time right. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what? I'm crazy enough to do it. That's what. So as we move over this way, you know, we're talking a half of a pea size of yellow just to affect this color. That's crazy dark. Dude, idiot. Doot doot. Hey, we're making some headway on this painting, though. I'll tell you what, we're making moves today. Making moves. Probably gonna have to sit down. My feet hurt. It's just a life of clouds. I'm hungry. Oh my goodness. Use a smaller brush. That'll help. Nothing's helping. Sometimes you just gotta be done with a break. You gotta take a break. You have to, but sometimes you don't want to. You just keep going. Because sometimes you have to do that. Ooh, that's looking so good. I'm thinking of them all as plants. So, some are going to be wild. Some are going to be untamable. It affects how you're viewing it because the painting is underneath, yeah? And I can put all the lines I want over the top of the painting. As long as they follow the painting. Now it's what the heck? What the heck? So I can look at any painting and be like, yeah, cool. I can see what I can do to it. That's kind of weird. I view them all as almost done. And I think the shorter the line, actually, better. Not like the shorter the better, but as long as I don't spend too much time on it. Let the line live and die by itself, you know? Is that a street sweeper? I mean, wait till the storm's over, yo. Oh no, it's just a big ass truck making deliveries. My bad. They are waiting till the storm is over. So I'm sharpening up the edges on a lot of these lines, adding something to it. Just while I have this rougey color, you know? Pulling it, spreading it through here, because back here, we're going to apply this color, but just a different variable, more blue. See, there's even some blue lines already in it. So it's just, it's kind of like music. Okay. I'm just noticing this right at this moment. In music, you can't tour the world. You can tour the world in music, pardon me, but you can't jump from one side of the earth to the other. You know, there's a nice way to get around the world in music. It's notes, and I don't even know what they're called, but mixolydian, all these different music styles that come from different styles of music. Gypsy music, Irish music, all of these things are connected, but it doesn't sound right to jump from American EGA, whatever, it's not American, but you know what I'm saying? Jump from that to like some gypsy music without going somewhere else. So using that in music is how to travel like from continent to continent. You know, it's beautiful. It's a great way to even think about music. But this is the same I'm doing with color, where the blues are going to transfer up in here. They're going to transfer this way, and they're over here. So then that'll balance out those, but they don't travel too far, you know, because you have to get through here to get to there, to get to there, but this is you're available to get there from here. You just got to get through other zones. And in doing so with color, I'm including that color as I travel. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. The whole music thing, I'm sorry. I'm not a music guy, but kind of understand it. Or I don't in great detail. You know, I don't understand it, but in great detail. Come on, man. Meow. All right, stay away from there. Bring some of that over here. Where am I at here? I'm here. Okay, we're still on the screen, people. Mario Van Peebles. I'm running out of the paint, so I need to add a little bit. Let's back out. Give you a little bit more cloud. I need some water. IRL status. To drink. Must have water. Starving in the desert. Just painting clouds. Ah. Awesome. Okay, so we're anywhere in here as well. Very nice. Now this is all kind of dried. I can come back and give it some lovin'. McLovin? It's only one name. I want to really appreciate my new subscribers. Keeping the blood flowing around here, you know. Letting me know it's not a terrible idea. But you know what? The people in town, the people who travel through, who come in here and say, "Oh my gosh," they also let me know it's not a bad idea. They're not subscribers to my YouTube channel. If we could just work it all together, that'd be cool. Well, and then there she is. What's up, little one? Oh, she sees that I'm working and she heads back into the hallway. That is a good dog. She's really getting used to all of this whole thing that I'm doing. She gets a lot of walks. And when it's raining, we do not go to the dog park because it would just be a mud bath, which is pretty cool. But come on, right? What are we doing? Poco a poco, little by little. Tell you, when we get into the whites, it's gonna get nuts. I say that knowing this looks like white. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Don't think about it. This is why art channels have two people. One person directing the conversation who's normal. And then the artist. Here I am trying to keep it less boring, and it's just blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on and on. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's my kung fu. What? That's my kung fu. Oh yeah. It's a new song. Ah, do not touch the painting. Sticky, icky, icky. Ooh. How can I forget? I love sticky, icky, icky. I mean, it seems strange. I'm just following the broken line pattern, so allow it to feel strange. Allow it to change over time. Be proud of what it grows into, you know? Give it some direction. But it has to do what it has to do. So, it's a balance. It's a balance. What's for lunch today? Man, I'm out. I'm out. I have to go grocery shopping. Groceries. You know about groceries? What do you know about groceries? Ay, ay, ay. Just kind of giving the highlights to some of the clouds so they're all kind of the same. And again, this color is all through here. You can barely see it up here, but it's definitely there. There's a lot here concentrated, moving in here into the middle, blending in with the blue. And this is how these paintings go. I mean, in 2 days, well, I guess this is now day 4 of working on this painting. Quite a bit has come about? I think I got to take a break. I'm guessing it's been an hour since we started this. This little thing called life. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Appreciate you for being here. Welcome to the Art Channel, the Art of Art. What you're seeing here is unique, peculiar, one of a kind, big, big, big. It's not too big though. Just big enough. Same size. 3 years to do that, whereas this is 4 days. And if I can accomplish something and it's the same feel, creative spirit, the movement, the energy, as people call it, then win-win, right? Huynh. It's my Vietnamese friend. That's good. I'm drinking a little coffee. We're going to take a break from looking at the painting. Thank you for being here. Share it with your friends if you know someone who likes art or just, you know, a wild, zany, fun guy. What's up? Every Thursdays and Saturdays I do this live. Yeah. I disgust myself. Welcome to the mukbang of painting. No, that doesn't work because that means something. But you know, it's just a grotesque. Look at all the lines. Look at all the stuff. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. What are you all doing? It's Thursday. Welcome to the show. Allow me to take a little bit of break and I'll be right back. Hopefully you all will stand up and do some stretching, do something that you can do. And I'll be right back. And it goes on and on and on. Sometimes towns are just too small. She did not go potty out there because fucking, excuse my language, I'm sorry. Because a local lady was like, oh my God. And then she just hijacked the whole time. The whole time. And then Maggie, I tried to be like, come on, let's go potty. And then she was like, nope. Because then other people were walking by. And she's like, nope. What about all these people? She said. And then here we are. And there she is. Just being a silly goose. A silly goose, I tell you. You're the goosiest of sillies. Big dog. Big dog on campus. Huh? Look at this. Look at this puppy. Look at this little 6-month-old puppy. She's turning 6 months old on the 19th. Don't bite. Don't bite. Not even the cutesy bites. Not cool, bro. Sister Sledge. So yeah, go outside to just go potty. Does she? Nope. And now she just wanted to go for a walk around the block. Because she will go potty if she goes for a walk. See that? Yep. That's you telling me, yo, I could go for a walk. But here I am trying to do my job. She's like, I am the job. You make sure I'm taken care of. Huh. Snacks and drinks. Huh. Hot dogs and abba zabbas. Hot dogs and abba zabbas. That's all she eats. Hot dogs and abba zabbas. Don't. Thank you. I don't go biting you like an ear of corn. Huh. You're not, I don't do that to you. Huh. The bigger bite is better. The little one hurts. Don't do it. Don't bite. I'll put you on the ground and we'll have to do our little calm thing. Just be a good girl who's not chewing on my clothes because she's a good girl. She has 10 fingers and 10 toes. Do you? Nope. 8. 8. You like a cartoon character. If each one of these was fingers, I guess you have a thumb. Hey, you do claw? You do claw your thumb? All right, silly. Well, thought you guys would like to see little Maggie. She's very popular. Yeah, what's the date today? 16th? So 3 days from now, she'll be 6 months old. How about them apples? She is a shedding dog. I don't like that. We're just going to shave you bald. Give you a mohawk right down the middle. All right, you going to get down now? Okay, there you go. See, if I could have gotten her just a potty, that would have been great, because it's 3, and then we were been good till 4. But now she's just going to be all into everything, doing stretches, just getting her whole mojo flowing. Yo, I need to get a cool brush for her, because this is not good. It's not a good sign. Keep my computers in a hair box. Let's see if she can just choke her a little bit. No, she's literally just staring. She's just looking at my feet. Ooh. So if we come forward with that color, let's get you guys zoomed in a little bit. Now that we're all here, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here with me. So, it's not great. My bad. So we're here. Yep. That works for me. And we just bring some of this forward. I best not put my phone here, because I will dip my paintbrush into my phone. Now I'm keeping an eye on her. We haven't had an accident in the house for quite some time, which is great. So she's potty trained, but I'm still on edge because of all the times before. Now she's leaning on my leg. This is all very dog talk. She's laying down on my foot. Smart though, she brought a chew toy. So she's just playing on my foot. Dog talk. After we do this painting session, me and her will take a long walk. I'll just put up the "Be Right Back" sign. It's kind of weird owning art and operating an art gallery. It's different from other businesses. And yet I still have well, they're opening up a restaurant across the street in the hotel. So Murray Hotel, you can look it up online. It's been here since the 1930s. It's a cool hotel. Art Deco, all this jazz. Anyway, it's got a fully functioning restaurant area. It hasn't been a thing since I've been here in the 7 years. Looks like they're opening up. A friend of mine, Charlie, he's going to be the cocktail guy. He's kind of like the manager of it, I guess. And they're not going to be serving breakfast. They will be having brunches, I guess. So they open at 11 a.m. Now, I'm not sure if that's a true statement about the brunches. But what do you all think about a hotel restaurant in a hotel? Like in the hotel, no breakfast. Now, he had stated that, it's good for the other restaurants to take up the slack. Yeah, he can send them over to the corner kitchen, which in Silver City, New Mexico, opens at 9:30 a.m., by the way, and most of the time has a sign on their door that says, I mean, not most of the time, but usually it gets to a point where they run out of food. Real country kitchen stuff, corner kitchen stuff. So it's not really making a lot of sense. It has a lot of Silver City sense in it, if you say. Some things around here are just quirky. We just quirky. What needs to happen? They need to, whatever you do in this town, you need to really do it and really just have it be your thing. We've lost shoe cobblers in society. There used to be men and perhaps women as well who were just very, I guess it's the difference between being happy with what you're doing and then being like, yo, I'm a shoe cobbler. Those are two different things. And there's no real money, which there is now because of YouTube. If you were a shoe cobbler and you had a YouTube channel and you just built and fixed shoes, I bet YouTube would be paying you quite a good amount of money because you'd be the only shoe cobbler, Anyway. It's all just wild and changing. And up here in Silver City, we have hotels with their opening restaurants that don't serve breakfast, which I was bummed. Like, really? I can't go over there and get 2 eggs over medium, some sourdough toast, and a cup of coffee? That's a bummer. There's nowhere in town, by the way, where you can go get 2 eggs over medium, sourdough toast, coffee and OJ with some hash browns. Because sure, the country corner, whatever, corner kitchen, they do breakfast, but it's going to be their breakfast. It's not like, the classic 2 eggs over medium, whatever, however you like your eggs. I'm just throwing in over medium because that's how I order mine, yo. But that's what makes money. It's okay though. They're going to have to figure that out for themselves. I can, you know, sideline quarterback this thing all day long and it doesn't help. You know? You just really got to love doing it. You got to get some people in here who want to cook people breakfast. Because cooking breakfast is good. You make a lot of people happy doing that. And it should be enough. Or whatever. See, owning a art gallery is totally different. I don't have to like step up and actually be here every moment of the day. For one, I don't have a lot of retail stuff in here that's not my art. So if you're coming in here and wanting to buy something, you're interested in my art, which means if there's a be right back sign on the door, you'll be right back too. You're not going to be like, oh, he's gone, forget it. And if you do, then you're not really interested in my art, right? So I have a different situation going on here. I don't have to cook people breakfast. I was like, what about steaks? You gonna have steak there nightly, like a nightly steak? He's like, on the weekends, we're gonna have prime rib. I was like, I don't even like prime rib, man. Prime rib is gross. It's fat, gross, cheap prime rib, too. It's not, there's a difference, you know? Anyway, that's my complaint about the new restaurant going in. Ah, shucks. Swell, aren't I? Okay. You didn't even see that, but that's all right. Oops. How about we boing, and then we boing. Yeah, that's pretty, you know. Today we went across it. It's got some, it's becoming brighter. What I mean by that is I'm putting in these hard lines in here, balancing them, and to me, even I can see that it's becoming more balanced, which is brighter in general, just evenly across, and that's what I want, really. That's what I'm kind of shooting for. Next week, or on Patreon, I will be uploading the change of clouds on the red one, and I think next week we're going to be doing this painting, all right? Because I want to finish this painting. Here, I'll even bring it in the forefront and get it in my head. Because that's the thing about doing these paintings. I need to see them for days. You know, you gotta just view it. But that's it for this painting today. So I'll move this out of the way. And we shall put up the one that's 95% done. Let's try to get my camera back. Hello, camera. Hello, camera. Thought I lost you. Yeah, so we will do this painting next week. And I'll zoom in here just to give you an idea of what's going on. Mad lines. All the sky is done in this painting. Really what we're going to focus on, and I'll show you, is, yep, here and here. Now let's telephoto in. Right up there on the top. See all those trees? They up there, yo. Them trees is up there. is up there. So not only do we want to finalize the distant trees up there and how that's all coming about, but we're going to go through this painting and we're going to highlight it, give it its final touches of light, which should be pretty fabulous. Because if you see here, yeah, we just need to give it some more. Oh, it looks good though, don't it? So this painting is 95% done and we will be finishing this next week. So subscribe to the channel if you're new here. That way you're sure to see it, you know, all notifications and all that jazz too, whatever. But thank you all very much for being here today. I'm going to take my dog out and take her on a walk. Get her, you know, doing the thing, the puppy thing. Silver City, looking absolutely beautiful. It is kind of cloudy. You can kind of see it's not perfectly sunny, but yeah. Let's thank my patrons, TC Hollingsworth, Sandra Scala, Marilyn Whalen, Junior Sim Racing, Boomer League, and Jennifer Hudson Gorman. Appreciate you guys and all of you all for being here. Thank you very much once again. We will see you next week. Subscribe.